Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Electric Light Orchestra weekend. Yesterday was a lot of fun with Rockaria, and I have to say it felt kind of like a little bit of my own history with rock music. But today I am listening to Don't Bring Me Down from 1979, and I understand it was their highest charting hit in the United States. But Jeff Lynne said that it's a great big galloping ball of distortion. I wrote it at the last minute because I felt there weren't enough loud ones on the album. This was just what I was after. So, sounds like we're definitely tending towards the rock side of things. We'll find out. So one of the things I'm noticing is the way that he is playing around with this idea of bringing me down musically. Starting off, okay, kind of a real classic beat in the drums. But then, you got me running, going out of my mind. You know, it's sort of, okay, pretty normal, ordinary. The first time we hear Don't Bring Me Down, it's actually rising. Don't bring me down. And then you hear, no. But then the next time we hear, don't bring me down. And we come down. And then we start noticing in the guitar, the response of the guitar, the echo of the guitar is taking that little motif, da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum, which leads me to think that I'll be hearing more of this along the way. Da-da-da-dum. Okay, you already hear it there. Da-da-da-dum. So that's the first one. Don't bring me down. I'll tell you once more before I get off the floor. Don't bring me down. Don't bring me down. That's the first time he sings with the guitar. Don't bring me down. Don't bring me down. The guitar gets da-da-da-dum. So there's something funny about this too. It's almost like, you know, there's this whole discussion. Does no mean no? And this is one of those where I feel like he's saying, don't bring me down, but somehow I like this and I can't tear myself away from it. And don't bring me down, but I'm gonna go with it. and so there's this conflict of feelings of, I know I really shouldn't be here, and I can't afford it, but I'm not leaving. I'll tell you one more time before I get off the floor. How many one more times has he said this, I wonder? Girl, I used to know you let your mind out somewhere down the road. Don't bring me down. You let your mind out somewhere down the road? No. I'll tell you once more before I get off the floor. Don't bring me down. Don't bring me down. But he's not off the floor yet. You're always talking about your crazy nights. One of these days you're gonna get it right. Don't bring me down. No. I like the way this "Don't Bring Me Down." It's kind of a it's contrasting with the higher pitch da 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 da, and so the music is going on in this dancing, having fun, wild time. Da 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 da. You hear his kind of misgivings, but he can't tear himself away. And then you hear, "Don't bring me down, but I'm back up here. Da 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 da. Don't bring me down." It's a funny little musical contrast and balancing one against the other. Don't bring me down. Don't bring me down. Don't bring me down. Don't bring me down. What is this? Bruce? I mean, that's fooling around. Having fun.
You're looking good just like a snake in the grass. One of these days you're gonna break your glass. Don't bring me down. No, 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 no. I'll tell you once more before I get off the floor. Don't bring me down.
And I like the voices in this. I like the voices in this. Okay, the instruments, they're great, they're fun. Actually, yes, it's back to my first guess after Jeff Lynne's quote. A great big galloping ball of distortion, right? Definitely tending more towards the rock side of things. Electric Light Orchestra? Really? This is them showing off their rock chops, I would say. But I really like the voices, and I like what the voices are doing in this song. They have such an expressive ability to shift and shade and play with this whole idea of well, what we're finding in the lyrics, you know, the having fun and knowing you're probably having more fun than you can afford, but still you're not willing to tear yourself away, and this "don't bring me down," and then these hilarious lines. What happened to the girl I used to know? You let your mind out somewhere down the road. Or what's the other one? You're looking good, just like a snake in the grass, you know? And you know he's not mad at her for this. You know that he's crazy in love with her and attracted to her because of who she is and the wild fun she's having. He can't afford it, but he's not willing to let it go. And you hear it in the voices. And then this refrain, "Don't bring me down." And this gross, where did that come from? I don't know. Is there some hidden meaning there that I don't know, or is it just for hilarious fun? I assume it's for hilarious fun, but it works so well. It gives, you know, there are things about this that remind me of some of Queen's music. The colorful orchestration, the just abandoning yourselves to the music and letting your voice just embody the music and the ideas and not taking it too seriously along the way, and yet coming out sounding incredibly good. It's not the Queen sound, but yet it reminds me of some of the things that I find myself loving about Queen's music.
I'll tell you once more before I get off the floor. Don't bring me down, down, down,
with that down, down, down. And you can hear this motif by now.
Before I get off the floor, don't bring me down.
Don't bring me down, and everything goes up in flames. What fun. And I guess I feel like saying this whole weekend has been fun. I mean, Rockaria, that was great. And now Don't Bring Me Down, another fun piece of music full of great ideas, interesting sounds, ways of handling the material. Even though it sounds like a pretty standard rock style piece, you know, you hear the classic guitar, drums, bass, all of that. Even the melody, the chorus, all of that. It's nothing that really, if I were to see it on paper or isolated, would say, oh, what a fabulous piece of music. No, because it's pretty ordinary in its different parts and pieces, but it's the way it's put together and the way it's performed and the sound that comes out and the wonderful mix of personality that the music seems to have pouring out of it. That's I guess what I like is the personality that the music possesses. And that's one of the things that I find myself, if I look at the different artists and bands and songs that I have gotten to really enjoy in this journey, each one might have even some of them that I wouldn't find myself thinking that I would tend towards, and yet I do because of its force of personality, its own life. And somehow this is another one of those. So I am getting to appreciate more Jeff Lynne and ELO, and I'm sure I will be returning to them in the future because I'm sure there's a lot more to discover. I said that this makes me think of Queen. It also, I said it's not Queen, but it's colorful like Queen. At the same time, there are things about it that I hear kind of echoes of the Beatles. Even the way the melody is constructed, this sort of sardonic humor existing within the melody itself, the way they handle the blues notes and that sort of thing. So it's fun, and I hear links and connections, but at the same time, it's one of those pieces where it has its own personality, its own life. And that is why I find myself amused, entertained, and enjoying the experience of listening to it. So, a great weekend, Electric Light Orchestra, Rockaria, Don't Bring Me Down, Jeff Lynne and his work. Lots of fun. There will be more in the future, and I'll see you soon.